What's up, Blockheads? Today we're going to be doing a test ride on a 2019 Harley-Davidson Low Rider with a 107. Now, before we get too far into this video, if you guys enjoy stuff like this, test rides, moto vlogs, installs, reviews, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon as well so it sends you notifications of future uploads and activity.
So let's look at some specs on the 2019 Harley-Davidson Low Rider. Pricing, this bike comes in starting at $15,049. It has a Milwaukee 8 107 cubic inch engine in it, which is about 1,746 cc's, which is reported to put out 110 foot-pounds of torque at 3,000 RPMs. It has a right lean angle of 29.6 degrees and a left lean angle of 29.6 degrees as well, and fuel economy in the city and highway is estimated at 47 miles per gallon. In terms of dimensions, it comes in at 92.7 inches. It has a unladen seat height of 27.2 inches, ground clearance of 5.1 inches, and a 30-degree rake. The wheelbase is 64.2 inches, the front tire is a 110/90/19, and the rear tire is a 180/70/16. Fuel capacity is 5 gallons, takes 5 quarts of oil, dry weight is 633 pounds, and wet weight is 661 pounds. Both the front and rear wheels are black, machine highlighted radiate cast aluminum, and the brakes are a 4-piston fixed front and a 2-piston floating rear. For gauges, the bike has a 4-inch analog speedometer with a digital gear, odometer, fuel level, clock, trip, range, and tachometer indication. It also has a 4-inch analog tach.
You riding too or now?
No, you're good.
Okay, cool. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, so let's take this thing outside, talk about it a little bit, talk about the controls and stuff before we get too far along with the ride. So first time cranking it up here, I'm gonna go ahead and adjust my mirrors, make sure they're good. Okay, so first time sitting on, first time cranking up the brand new 2019 Harley-Davidson Low Rider. You got a lot of chrome on this thing. You've got the gauges and stuff, pretty much just like on my Low Rider. Just to give you guys a little bit of backstory about what I ride. I do ride, I'm gonna go over here in the shade so this freaking glare isn't killing us. Yeah, so I do ride a 2017 Dyna Low Rider S. This is the Softail though, so basically they incorporated a lot of the Dyna models into the new Softail frame, but you do have the gauges pretty much in the same spot. You've got your speed, you've got your analog tach. Absolutely love me an analog tach. So your RPMs, speed, you've got a little LCD display in there. You've got your indicators also. Over here we've got the selection switch, which is going to change the stuff within that display. So if I press that top button, changes it from the odometer, the mileage, to trip A to trip B. Then we're going to go to remaining mileage, basically telling you how far the amount of gas in the tank will get you. We've got our time, and then we have back to the odometer. So with this one, you don't have that tachometer function in there because it's right here, all big and nice. On the right side, you've got your on-off switch, or kill switch as some people like to call it. Up top, you've got your hazards. I press those indicators in there, showing hazards. You've got your starter down below. Over here, you've got your right signal. Press that, indicates there. On this side, you've got your selection switch, which I just showed you guys. Down low, you've got your horn, beep. You've got your high beam there, so high beam, boom, indicator right there. And then press it down, and then if you press and hold, it basically is like a pass light. So if you guys can see that, press and hold. It does have the LED headlight in the front. Here on the bottom, you have your left indicator, which also indicates there. Neutral indicator there, obviously. And yeah. All right, so let's get started with the ride portion. So I'm sure you guys have seen some channels out there copying the format of my test rides. If you guys want the real thing, be sure to come back to this channel, hit that subscribe button so it shows you notifications whenever I upload these new videos. Often imitated, never duplicated. All right, so right off the bat, a couple things I can tell you in terms of comfort, ergonomics, suspension. This thing is comfortable, very comfortable. Ergonomics wise, I'm 5'10". Gave you some shots of Dana sitting on it earlier. She's, I think she said she was 5'5". So yeah, this has the Milwaukee 107 in it. The bars on this thing, I mean, they come back to where you're definitely comfortable, you know, you're not reaching like too far out. I know on my Low Rider S it does have the drag bars, so it is a bit more of like a slouched position, I guess you could say. So yeah, like I was saying regarding ergonomics, I'm 5'10" inches tall. This is how my legs set. I'm not hitting the air cleaner. I'm not hitting the primary. The covers are, you know, nicely tucked in. Tank, traditional lowrider tank. But the bars, man, the bars do feel a little weird. I think if I were to have this bike, the bars would be the first thing I would change, for sure. Apparently I didn't do a test ride on the 2018 Softail Lowrider, so a lot of you guys have been requesting this one. And of course I'm going to compare it to my 2017 Lowrider S, because they're the Lowrider family, right? Except, like I said earlier, mine being Dyna, this one being Softail. Jeez, man, these engines, the Milwaukee 8 is just, my experience doing a bunch of test rides for Harley-Davidson, really great engine, a lot of power, puts out a lot of power, runs cooler, especially as compared to the previous non-Milwaukee 8 engines that they had, and runs cooler, more efficient burn. If you guys are interested in seeing a video talking about tech specs of the Milwaukee 8, I'll be sure to leave the thumbnail so you guys can click through to it at the end of this video. Did a video on that. So this bike is really comfortable for me because I'm so used to looking right here because of my Low Rider S. So it's really intuitive. A lot of the newer bikes, they have like the digital display in the top clamp there, which I'm not the biggest fan of. The seat on this thing feels mega comfy, but it does feel like it's pushing me forward a little bit. Like I feel like I'm kind of really close up, you know? But that's, you know, another one of those things that people change. In terms of handling, this thing has that nice skinny front wheel. It really makes it feel like you can throw it around. Coming to a stop, this is what my feet look like stopped. Knees are bent. Yeah, no problem coming to a stop and comfortably putting your legs down. Like I said, reminder again, I'm 5'10" inches tall. Yeah, this thing is nice. Heaps of power. Looking great lean angle. Not as compared to like a sport bike. I know there's some people out there that are going to be like, it doesn't have a good lean angle. I mean, come on. It's not a sport bike, it's a cruiser. You can't compare the two. I guess like I was saying earlier, to give you guys some of my backstory on my previous bikes, you know, I currently own the 2017 Low Rider S. I also currently own a 2018 Honda Grom 125cc. Lots of power in that one. Not really. And then I've also previously owned a CBR 1000RR, which is a 1000cc Super Sport, and then also a Yamaha R6, also a 600cc Super Sport. One of the recent test rides I did for Harley was dude. Oh, these 107s are plenty powerful. So with the Milwaukee 8s, you've got the 107, the 114, and then the specials, which is the or the CVO, which is the 117, and they are plenty powerful, you know. So the weight of this bike being right here, and then you've got basically a 107 in it, makes it a lot of fun. Not going to be taking this one to Mexico. I love the way this bike handles. It's so nice. It feels like you can throw it around really well. Skinnier front tire, obviously responsible for a lot of that. And it doesn't have like a real fat rear tire. Enough to keep the power down, but not so much that you're suffering or letting the handling suffer. What's this guy doing? What's up, man? Texting and walking, not paying attention. So yeah, handling on this thing, just awesome. It feels super nice. Feels like it has enough ground clearance, you know, that like I don't feel like I'm coming close to scraping at all, but you know, you do have the pegs, which would give you that warning beforehand. In terms of shifting this bike, pretty much with all the new 2018 2019 range, very firm clicks both up and down. So you've got, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but very firm, you know, just very positive. You can feel it. Feels really nice. And like I've said previously, the reason I mention that is, I don't know if you guys have ever ridden a motorcycle that has a mushy shifter, but it is not cool. Like, just doesn't feel good. This, I mean, you can feel it in your foot and it feels great. It gives you that, you know, like confirmation that you've shifted, which is really nice. God, this bike is great. Seriously great. We've got a surprise coming up for you guys. That rhymed. But I'm going to be working with Orlando Harley on a little something regarding a lowrider. I'm not going to give you guys too much info, but it's going to be awesome, and y'all should hopefully be looking forward to it. Yeah, these bars got to go. I would change them for sure. The way that the bike sets is real interesting. Like how far down the top of the triple tree is compared to the tank, you know? So basically, like, you got all this stuff over the top of the triple tree. Whew, that chrome is bright. Reflecting the sun off of it. Headed back to the dealership, but just to talk quickly about suspension on this thing with the new monoshocks. Suspension on these feels super nice. Yo, what? Is it raining? No. Hitting some bumps here. Yeah, suspension is really nice. Damn it, it is raining. Gotta get this thing back into the dealership. Freaking test rode the CVO recently and it started raining. That sucked. I felt really bad because, you know, it's a CVO. Anyways, I'm gonna tone it down a little bit because whenever that water hits the road, you know, it's fresh, brings up all the oil and stuff, gets real slick. Anyways, usually at this point I tell you guys some things I don't like about the bike. Yeah, the seat, I mean, like I said, I feel like it pushes me too far forward. The mid controls, I mean, are these mids? Are they slightly forward mids? They feel like, I feel a little tiny bit cramped up. I'm sure we could change those out. Yeah, I mean, they feel kind of similar to my Low Rider S. I don't know if they're in the exact same position. So yeah, to change the seat, change the bars, change the forwards. But then in terms of like handling, man, this thing feels awesome. Seriously nice. Or as a couple of you guys pointed out me saying previously, super nice. Handling on this thing, great. Power on this thing, awesome. Style, I think we could make it into something really cool. Oh yeah, and this color, I'm sure you guys have maybe noticed that it's not quite blue. It's what they call midnight blue. So it almost looks black in some aspects, but then whenever you get to looking at it a little more, it's actually like a midnight blue flake. It's really interesting. Neutral, love that. Super easy to find neutral. And new kickstand, love that as well. All right, there you guys have it. Test ride on the brand new 2019 Harley-Davidson Low Rider with the 107. I do like the way these bikes look, man, which would make sense because, you know, I bought one. Anyways, before the rain keeps up, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back into the dealership, give it a wipe down. Hope you guys have enjoyed the test ride video. If y'all have any questions, be sure to post them up down in the comments below. If you guys don't know Aaron, he's got a YouTube account. He goes through, answers some of the questions. Y'all be sure to go follow him, Instagram.com/OHD_Aaron. I'll drop his link down below. Big shout out to Orlando Harley-Davidson for letting me do the test ride. Greatly appreciated, guys. I hope y'all have enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. If y'all aren't subscribed already, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. Hit that bell icon so it sends you notifications for future uploads and activity. Remember, be sure to come back to this channel for the original test ride videos. Like I said, often imitated, never duplicated. Thank you guys for the continued support. Till next time, I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.